Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Franco are champions! Good up, Pepe! Goal!
It doesn't get any better than that!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Game in Frame broadcast coming to you live from the Sousa Sports Complex in Central Islip. My name is Francis Argueta, and we are here with you on a Wednesday to bring you more UPSL Premier action. New York Empire enters today on fire since their last and only loss of the season versus New York Braveheart in game week 2. 3 wins and a draw since then has them sitting in 5th place, and a win today will lift them to 2nd. In front of Renegades and behind Braveheart. Eddie Speed's brace and Mason Chetty's 5th goal in the last 3 games fortified Empire's win versus East Coast over the weekend as they look to finish the second half of the season strong, and we get things rolling here from the Sousa Sports Complex on Long Island. Empire's opponent today is Brooklyn FC, who only has 4 games played on the season with 2 postponed matches, and they're big ones, against New York Braveheart and the New York Renegades. They fared well since their shocking 8-1 loss versus Brooklyn rivals Red Hook FC. You see them in all black while Empire is wearing their yellow home jerseys. They get an early opportunity here, take a shot, and it's off, but not by much. It'll be an early goal kick for Kenny Cordova. Today will be their toughest opponent that they face up to this point in the New York Empire, I should say, playing at home. They've been on fire lately. Took a win over the weekend versus East Coast FC by a score of 3-1. Happy to tell all my New York listeners that the Yankees do in fact force Game 3 in the MLB postseason wild card versus their heated rivals, Boston Red Sox. I'm sure Brooklyn or Empire fans, we can all agree that today is a good day in New York. We'll take this opportunity to tell you the starting lineups. We'll start with the home team, that is the New York Empire, starting with Kenny Cordova in net. You see them in all purple. A back four of George Youssef, Malcolm Sweat, Trevor Henderson, and Justin Pierre complete the back four. We see a ball go over the air on the right side, feeding Mason Chetty, putting a ball into the box. Brooklyn will be there first to force the first corner of the match. The midfield will consist with Sebastian Monroy, Nico Reynoso, and Wilbur Gomez gets the start today over Steven Rojas. The front three will stay consistent as it has been for the last few games in Tim DeMay, Mason Chetty, and Zane Brown. Reynoso will get an early opportunity to put a good ball into the box, and here it comes. It's not the best one, but only the first one of the game. Empire do get to the rebound. Reynoso will have a second go around here as he cuts inside. On the edge of the box, there's a sliding challenge there. No foul called by the referee, and it'll result in a goal kick. Not the result Empire were looking for there, but Brooklyn will play from the back. That looks like Ravine making a run. He puts a good ball up front for Sebastian George, but he's not able to get to that one. It's going to be an offside flag regardless. Brooklyn FC start with Brian Perea in nets and a back four of Joshua Escobar, Richard Ewart, Arthur Opiola, and Ezekiel Rowland. Here comes Empire looking to strike while the iron's hot, cutting inside the box, take a shot, and will force a deflection for the second quarter of the match for the black and yellow. The midfield of Brooklyn FC 2 consists of Eric Taneda, Ravin Parikh, and Dominic Brolinski. Top 3, Ibrahim Yusufov, Oscar Garces, and Sebastian George. Here comes the ball. It's a better one. Defense 2 at first. George gets to the rebound, and Brooklyn FC 2 will look to attack with the counterattack. Trevor Henderson read that pass well, will be first to the ball, and does well, shielding the ball, forcing a throw-in for the home team. Pierre over to Zane Brown with the one-on-one, goes down and gets a foul in favor of the Empire. They'll have a free kick near the middle of the field. Brooklyn FC 2's most recent match was a 1-1 draw versus AFC Academy. At one point, first in the table. They have since dropped. Their miraculous start to the season came slowly to an end, and now Renegades and Braveheart take first and second place, as we are more routinely accustomed to. And Chetty, I believe that is, gets a favorable bounce here. Brown making a run inside. Chetty will cut outside, takes a shot, and is wide of the goal. Will be a corner kick. Third of the match going to the Empire. So far, Chetty is up to a good start in this match. He is the hottest man on this Empire squad, having scored 5 goals in the last 3 games. Nico again, into the box it goes. There's a header. And it'll just be another corner kick, other side of the pitch now. Empire is threatening early on this Brooklyn back line. Here we go again, number 4. There's leaps inside. There's a shot. It's deflected, still alive, and saved by the goalkeeper. It lands to George, who would like to take it out of the dangerous area of the field. He retreats, and still the ball is alive. Empire will take a shot here now, and it's a block at the feet of the goalkeeper. Perea does well to prevent the first goal of the match. It was a bit of a late arrival for the Brooklyn FC 2 squad, so maybe trying to get in the rhythm of things. Empire, having the home field advantage, are looking in rhythm. Ball is on the edge of the box to Reynoso. He's forced outside, looking for an opening. And he was trying to force that ball into the box for Chetty, but it was read well by the defense. So they're still not out of danger here. Now they're just booting it as far up the field as they can. Oscar Garces is the lone man up top. It'll remain Empire ball. Brown over to Chetty. Chetty trying to flick it on to Gomez. Escobar trying to get out of it, but still, Empire's doing well with their press early on in this match. Monroy over to Sweat. Youssef now over to Demey. Chiqui Gomez feeding Chetty. He'll be able to keep it in play. And it goes back to Trevor Henderson. Henderson looking to switch it over to Demey. And it'll just bounce into the hands of Perea, who will look to put an end to Empire's momentum and get some rhythm going for this Brooklyn FC squad. Traveled all the way to Long Island for this match. It is certainly an advantage at home on a weekday. Ooh, Brown cleverly lets that ball go past, and now Chicky reads that well to get on the other end of that. Now puts the ball into the box. Doesn't get past the second defender. Brulinski now. Over to Garces. Garces looking to take on JP one-on-one. JP does well to stand his ground and will get a throw. I thought it was going to be a home throw-in, but instead it will remain a Brooklyn FC 2 ball. Here it comes to Brulinski. Brulinski gets past one defender. And JP is there to respond once again. Forces the ball out of bounds for another throw-in. JP seemingly hitting that off his opponent, and that confirms it. It'll be Empire ball. Everybody on defensive duties here, now making their way back up the pitch. Henderson grabbing the back of his hamstring after that pass. Hopefully it's not much. Youssef playing back to Malcolm Sweat. Defense did well in their last game without Trevor Henderson. Only allowed the one goal to East Coast and came out victorious. JP still on the ball. This Monroy takes a bit of a heavy touch, and there he gives it away to Yusufov. Yusufov, 3 yellow jerseys around him. He somehow gets it away, and it looks like ref played on, but Brooklyn will have the free kick. Playing it quick to Joshua Escobar. Opiola now. This is Teneda. Sees a run being made, gets a deflection, keeps it alive. Teneda, second time around, puts the ball into the box. Wasn't able to put a good touch on that. It'll end up being a Kenny Cordova goal kick. Today's Game and Frame broadcast is brought to you by Petrobax, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobax gets you closer to the action, the culture, and the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit Petrobax.com and start planning your dream trip today. Barik trying to play the quick 1-2 instead. Empire gets a long clearance. Brooklyn is able to respond to it, but Mason Chetty somehow gets himself involved. Loses the ball there, no foul call. 13 minutes into this match, still a 0-0 scoreline between New York Empire and Brooklyn FC 2. JP over to Sebas Monroy, and another heavy touch by Sebas. Another giveaway. Here's Parikh on the ball. Malcolm Sweat responded well to that to get the ball away. And now Empire looking to start a counterattack of their own. This is Reynoso dribbling up the pitch. Middle of the field, finds Chiqui Gomez. There's a wide open Zane Brown on the right, but Chicky cuts inside. Now goes over to Chetty. Chetty getting pulled back according to the referee, and now they got a free kick in a very dangerous area of the field for potentially the first real threat of the match. Free kick will take place just outside the semicircle. Reynoso looks like he's eyeing this one all the way through. Pereira is trying to set up his wall. It looks like it'll be 4. Here comes Reynoso. Wall does his job. Now time to clear it away. Yusufov somehow remains on the ball. And now he passes it well to Escobar. Perique keeping it alive. Escobar again. And as Garza's back here. This front three of Brooklyn FC is very dangerous, very shifty, with great footwork. They only had the 4 games on the season, so being that they're in 7th place, can't read too much into that. They have a couple of games to make up. There's a foul called on Yusufov by JP. Brzezinski with the cross into the box. Perique drops it down, waiting for support. Brzezinski showing that support. Yusufov still on the ball. It finds its way to Brzezinski on the edge of the box. He'll put a cross inside the box. Defense is right place, right time. Taneda will take this on one time. And it is a bit off the top. It'll just be a goal kick for Kenny Cordova. Before their 1-1 draw against AFC Academy, Brooklyn FC had 2 shutout victories against East Coast FC by a score of 2-0 at East Coast, and a 3-0 win at Kelmendi the week prior. So Brooklyn FC has been playing pretty good defense as of late. Empire has flat out been outscoring their opponents. Their big victory came against Kelmendi a few weeks ago by a score of 8-1, in which Chetty had a hat trick. Reynoso had a goal in that match, so did Chicky Gomez. And here comes Reynoso now. Brown teasing the run down the right side, gets it in his direction. Now we'll have to make a decision here, take on his opponent or put a ball across the box. Goes with the former, gets a corner kick. Number 5 by my estimates. And it looks like Brown will be the one to take this one. Zane Brown into the box. DeMay. Lands to Reynoso. JP. Foul against Reynoso. It'll be a free kick for Brooklyn FC too. Stick around to your Game and Frame broadcast this weekend. On Saturday, October 4th, East Coast FC faces Red Hook FC at 7 p.m. in the UPSL Premier. Along with that, New York Renegades face Kelmendi FC at 8 p.m. You can find us on YouTube Subscribe, like, comment, Game in Frame. DeMay. Chetty is the man to target up top. If he scores today, it'll be a goal in 4 straight. They give it away in that occasion, though. And a run is being made over here by Yusufov. It bounces Empire's way so far. They have to play out of danger. Reynoso goes down. No foul called by the referee. Parikh trying to take on Youssef. Youssef comes out on top. It'll be Brooklyn ball. Berlinski. Berlinski goes down, nothing called there, and a miscue pass will end up in another goal kick for Empire. Brooklyn not able to get any shots on target for the first 20 minutes of this match. Firm commands from Cordova in net. Makes his way over to DeMay. Now Chetty's making a run. It looks like he beat his man. It'll be a foot race now. Chetty takes a pretty harsh touch there. Puts the ball only where the goalkeeper is. Perea makes a comfortable catch there, and now we'll play from the back. Here comes Brooklyn, looking for a chance. Still Brooklyn. Edge of the box, there's a shot, and it is far off target. It'll result in nothing but a goal kick, but Brooklyn has a real first chance in the first half. Just got to put a better finishing touch to force a save. Henderson surveying the field, looking where to go. He chooses Malcolm Sweat. Eddie Speed played a pivotal role in their victory over the weekend. Not in the starting lineup today. And player is down for Brooklyn still. Ibrahim makes his way back on his feet. Ibrahim gets the ball now. Empire seemingly increasingly frustrated with the calls from the main official. This time it finds its way over to Youssef. A few early calls not going their way. Chicky. Sebas. Empire trying to get some chemistry going and better opportunities to score. Neither team has really had an efficient shot on target up to this point. Tim DeMay looking to change that, makes a run outside the box. He finds Chetty now. Chetty can shoot from here and is off the woodwork. That's more of what they were looking for. DeMay and Chetty combined for the first goal last week. They were looking to do that again. We are near the 25-minute mark, still a scoreless draw between New York Empire and Brooklyn FC2. Here's Parikh, lifting it up, looking for Garces, and George up there as well. It is a low 60-degree night here from Central Islip, Long Island. Little wind, but a little breeze, giving an introduction to the fall weather. JP giving an introduction to Wilbur Gomez in a good area of the field. He can put a cross into the box, and he does. It almost lands for DeMay if it wasn't for the deflection. Here comes a shot by DeMay, and there's the first goal of the match, just outside the box. DeMay opens it up for the Empire. There is the opener we were looking for, and Empire strikes first. It is Tim DeMay with a beautiful shot outside the box to beat Perea to his post. And Empire go up by a score of 1-0. Looks like it was Chetty going for the header, and off the deflection from the defender, DeMay didn't think twice about it. Had a lovely strike to put his team up. And now Brooklyn will have to respond quickly. They're trying to do that just now with Parikh. Taneda. Rowland. Empire forced into a corner, other side of the pitch. We'll see what Brooklyn come up with from this set piece position. Now defending a lead. Broliski will be in charge of putting this into the box. A difficult one to handle. Kenny puts whatever touch he can onto that ball. And now a clearance. He makes his way over to Yusufov. George Youssef finding Chicky Gomez. Dangerous ball there, and they give it away. Parikh. Here comes Sebas Monroy, sees a run by JP, chooses to go to Henderson instead. And now all the way back to Kenny. Youssef back to Demay, the goal scorer of the match. JP has tons of space to work with over here if they can find him. Instead, Monroy gives it away. And now Garza is on the ball. Looks like he got caught between his feet there. And a foul against. Desperation tackle after giving away the ball. Monroy earns a free kick for Empire. JP was wide open down the right side of the pitch. Looked like Monroy was making his way over there before he gave the ball away. Youssef to Demay. Demay makes a run, gets past one. Parikh on defensive duties versus a throw-in. We are now in the 30-minute mark of the first half. It is Empire who lead by a score of 1-0 behind Tim Demay's goal just outside the box to put the black and yellow up top. Shoved in the back is what the referee calls on Nico. Next up on Empire's schedule will be AFC Academy. That sure promises to be a good one. Barcelona and East Coast follow. For Brooklyn, it'll be Barcelona followed by Osners and then a big game versus New York Braveheart, which is one of the opponents that they had their game suspended against, the other being New York Renegades. Pierre targeting Chetty. Parikh looking to take on Reynoso, but he does well, and does well here too. And Chetty just caught a little off balance there. Otherwise, it was going to be a beautiful play to find the forward up top. Chicky intercepts. Brooklyn looking more and more dangerous. Yusufov back to Parikh. And now a ball being sent over to Brolinski. JP, it goes over his head. He does well to respond second time around, but it lands to Escobar. Ibrahim, Yusufov. Yusuf stands his ground well. And now that lands to Demay. Little ping pong action right now for the past couple of seconds. It ends in a Brooklyn throw-in. Taneda looking for his next pass. Gets taken down instead. It'll be another free kick headed Brooklyn's way. Berlinski finds Opiola. And bad giveaway there. Only finds Malcolm Sweat. Now Youssef over to Chetty. Chetty does well, shielding the ball. Now Zane Brown making a run down the middle of the pitch. Zane holds it off for Demay instead. JP is open if they can find him. Reynoso is the option they go to. Reynoso with a long distance shot. And is above the crossbar. Not a bad go at it from the midfielder. It'll result in a Perea goal kick. They find Escobar Yusufov has 2 yellow jerseys on him, gives it away over to Reynoso. Sebas making the run down the middle, finds Chetty instead. Now it goes to Sebas. Sebas shoots, and it is a diving stop by Perea. Gets the rebound as well. Brooklyn would like to develop some offense of their own before the half to get at least a little rhythm and potentially tie this match. Berlinski trying to make that happen, goes inside, gets the back pass. Now looking for the run. George Youssef well positioned to prevent that from happening. Taneda drops it down. Ibrahim was looking for the run of Rowland. Rowland keeps possession for Brooklyn. Quick throw in over to Garces. And Sweat kicks it wherever he can. And lands to Chicky. Ooh, and that pass almost went through to Chetty. Defense was well positioned. And it'll be Empire ball. They go quickly to Chetty. Ewert is right there. And kicks it anywhere he can. Tim DeMay will play this now from a throw-in position. We have about 10 minutes left to go in the first half. Empire still leading by a score of 1-0. DeMay lost that battle one-on-one, and it'll result in a Brian Perea goal kick. Empire looking to take over second place with the victory today, with 1 game in hand over Renegades and Braveheart, who currently hold the second and first place position. Garces looking to play on Escobar. JP recovers just in time. Here's Taneda over to Parikh. Chetty dropping down to help out in some defense. Parikh gets the ball back, puts in a good ball to George, I believe that is, but from an offside position. Still no real shot on target from this Brooklyn squad. Kenny Cordoba relatively quiet in this first half. Brown looking to feed JP. Instead, Ibrahim gets the ball from Berlinski, and now he was targeting the back pass instead. They'll see a dribble out for a goal kick. DeMay now over to Youssef. Chetty making the run up the pitch. A bit too hard of a pass there. Will go out of bounds for Brooklyn throw-in. Brooklyn not out of this game, not by any stretch, just a 1-goal difference. They've been able to score in each of their last 3 games, so we can expect a response at some point. Empire has also given up a goal in each of their last 3 games. They are undefeated since their loss game week 2 versus New York Braveheart, who is currently in first place. Chetty. That ball was deemed to go out of bounds. It'll remain Brooklyn ball. 39th minute of the match. Tim DeMay's goal in the 25th minute, still the difference. And it's going to take a while to get that ball back. Chetty still maintains possession. And now he finds Brown on the right wing. A little bit of action going on in this opposing half. Reynoso to the ball first. Youssef back to Sweat. He finds Brown by himself. Good ball, good touch. And now Brown has some options here. Looks to go around his defender, and now he chooses to go to DeMay. Scored the first one. This one was a bit off the top. And now we have 5 minutes left in the first half. We'll see if one of these teams can find another goal before the break. That one will bounce Empire's way, but too hard of a touch there by Chicky. Monroy reads that one well. Now it lands to Brown if he can find it. Perfectly timed challenge there by Taneda. Ibrahim Yusufov. Some good challenges. Series of challenges from both squads. It comes out with Brooklyn on top, and now they're looking for options. They're looking for a response, something to get them into this match. They've had very little from their front three up to this point. Garces and George, two players with a lot of speed. They haven't been exploited to this point. JP intercepts that ball. And now Brulinski, who can put in a magical ball at any point. It goes to Parikh instead. Tees a shot, chooses against it. Goes over to Brulinski, who looks for a cross. Instead, bounces safely into the hands of Kenny, who will milk some time off of that clock. With Empire looking to close out the half with the lead over the visiting Brooklyn FC2. Reynoso nearly gives it away, and there looks to be a foul against there. Empire play that quickly over to Sweat, who is in an advanced position from his normal defensive role. Now backtracks over to DeMay. It goes. DeMay over to Chetty. Good tackle from the defense. Gets the ball back for Brooklyn FC. Sebastian George being defended by Nico. It lands to Eric Rowland. Ezekiel Rowland. Now Brulinski. Being defended one-on-one by JP. Forces him back over to Taneda. Now Taneda's turn to cut inside. He goes over to Escobar. Escobar making up his mind. Instead, that ball goes straight into the hands of Kenny once again. Kenny unbothered for the most part in this first half. It is just a goal from Tim DeMay that has Empire on top by a score a 1-0. We have a little less than 2 minutes to go, and there's a lovely pass here to JP, who can put in a good ball if he has the opportunity. He does, and defense is to it first. This one lands to Garces, and now Brulinski. One more minute of the first 45 to go. It is a 1-0 lead for Empire, looking to close out the half with that same lead, and Reynoso intercepts that ball, puts it in the dangerous area. Too strong of a pass for Chetty to get to. Escobar pushing up the pitch, looking for his options, goes over to Garces. .30 seconds left of regular time to go. Sebas over to Chetty. Chicky now looking to bend it around his defender. Instead, it'll go out of bounds for a goal kick Brian Perea's way. Increasingly likely we head into the break with the same scoreline from the 25th minute, 1-0 lead, Empire. There's a foul against Nico Reynoso. A bit too physical on Ibrahim. Parikh looking to Rowlands. There's a deflection. It'll be Empire's ball, and it'll actually be the halftime whistle, which will take us to the break. Empire lead by a score of 1-0 behind Tim DeMay's goal around the 25th minute of the first half. Stick around for a couple minutes and we'll bring you back with the second 45 minutes of the match between New York Empire and Brooklyn FC 2.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish. Flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Francis Argueta here for Game and Frame from Sousa Sports Complex in Central Islip, Long Island. Bring you the second half of the New York Empire versus Brooklyn FC 2. Empire scoring the lone goal in the first half, courtesy of Tim DeMay with the beautiful outside the box shot, which beat Brian Perea to his post. Hasn't been a lot of offense in the first half from either team, but Empire had a really good chance and made Brooklyn pay for it. Brooklyn has had some bit of the possession, but really no shots that trouble Kenny Cordova in net. We'll see if they can come up with something that changes that in the second half. There is the whistle to get us started for the second 45 minutes of the game. Here, reporting from Sousa Sports Complex, Francis Argueta here for Game and Frame. You see Empire in their all yellow, Brooklyn FC in black. I do see a second half sub there for Brooklyn FC 2. Justin Sordo, number 10, is on the pitch. If we would notice anything else, we'll be sure to make you aware of it. Right now, Empire is on the opposing half early on. Chiqui Gomez making his way around defenders. It finds its way over to Sebas Monroy and now to George Youssef. DeMay looking to get around Rowland. Takes a deflection. And it'll be a throw-in. Youssef goes over to Monroy. Berlinski was putting the pressure on. Monroy felt it, gets rid of it. Now it's over to Chetty. DeMay to Youssef. Sweat over to Tim DeMay, finds Chiqui with an opening. Chiqui going further into enemy territory, finds his way inside the box, looking to put a ball across for DeMay. That gets intercepted. Chetty was there too. Brooklyn splits the defense. Berlinski now looking to take on yellow jerseys, goes over to Garces, but not able to find them. George there as well. Chetty took too hard of a touch that occasion. Here comes Escobar. Looks like Parikh was the man that came off at halftime. Opiola over to Ewart. Berlinski not able to connect with his teammate in that occasion. Only 4 games played on the season for Brooklyn FC 2. Maybe part of the reason they're a bit sluggish to start this match. We'll see if we have a different version of them this second time. Escobar looking for options, gives it away to Sweat, gets the rebound. Now Yusufov gives it away as well. Now it lands to Chetty. Runs are being made by Empire. Brown asking for it as well. Zane goes over to Monroy. Now Brown looking for the back pass. Doesn't connect that time around. Brooklyn will have to get rid of it. That's given right back to Brooklyn FC. And Berlinski has an opening here. They have numbers. Berlinski going up the pitch. He goes over to Sebastian George. A rare opportunity in enemy territory for Brooklyn, and takes a deflection off of that shot. Will be the first corner of the second half. There weren't a lot of openings in the first 45 minutes for this Brooklyn squad. That time Brulinski, which is often the case, threaded the needle to find his open teammate, put his team in a dangerous position, and it got a corner off of it. Now here comes the set piece. Cross enters the box. Empire's to it first. Rebound Brooklyn's way. Yusufov goes down in the box. Nothing much of it. Sordo finds Teneda. Swarm of yellow jerseys there, making it difficult for Brooklyn to find an opening. And now this is Brulinski going up the pitch, looking for Garces. Instead, it finds the hands of Kenny Cordova. That was much of the action Kenny saw in the first half. Ball's rolling into his glove. Chicky gives it away. This is Teneda. Eric Teneda goes over to Zeke Rowlands. And here comes a cross into the box. Sweat has to deal with it. Only as far as Youssef. Youssef will have to kick it. Goes in Chetty's direction. The May not able to contain that ball. Will give it back to Brooklyn. Youssef intercepts. Reads it well. Goes back to Kenny. Here's JP. Over to Sebas Monroy. Finds Demay down the left wing. Chetty making a run up the pitch. Chooses to go with Nico Reynoso, and now over to Malcolm Sweat. Both teams trying to put a few more touches on the ball. Henderson now over to Zane Brown, who has some room to work with. Looks at Chetty. Gets the rebound. This is Brown. Goes down, edge of the box. No foul called. Brown still down, and they get a foul against instead. It'll be a free kick heading Brooklyn FC 2's way. Zeke getting found here. Opiola looking for Brulinski up the pitch. Garces gets the rebound and goes to Youssef. Now Reynoso gets taken down middle of the pitch. Gets a free kick for Empire. So no subs for Empire. We'll see how long it takes for the first substitution to take place for them. Chicky looking for Pierre. It gets to Pierre. Pierre puts a cross in the box. There's Demay. Demay shoots, and Demay scores for number 2. Tim Demay makes it 2-0 for the home team. Empire strikes again. And it is a 2-0 lead for the black and yellow. Pierre, perfect cross across the box. And that was the right man to find. He's on fire. 2 goals on the night. Has Empire up and has doubled their lead. Not much to do for Perea on that one, but see that ball go into the net. It was hit with ferocity. Demay taking over the reins for Chetty. Brooklyn's hill just got bigger. It'll be a taller task for the away team. And good pressure being put on by Brown. He gets a roaring cheer from the bench. It'll take some time for this ball to come back into play. We'll remind you that today's Game and Frame broadcast is brought to you by Petrobras, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobras gets you closer to the action, the culture, and the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit Petrobras.com and start planning your dream trip today. That ball gets turned over. Brulinski sees a run of Oscar Garces being made. He finds it on the left side of the box. Garces making a move on his defender, which is Malcolm Sweat. Looks to put a cross inside. Takes a deflection into George's direction. And instead, it'll result in an offside flag. It'll be a free kick heading to Empire. We now have 10 minutes down in the second half. It is Empire that has doubled their lead, courtesy of Tim DeMay's second goal of the match. There's been two lovely strikes from the winger that has Empire staring at another victory and second place on the horizon. That ball was too strong for anybody to get to. It'll be a goal kick heading Pereira's way. This will be a long travel for Brooklyn to go back home. Game is going to end around 11 p.m. For Empire, they can just go to sleep right around the corner. Brulinski drops it down neatly on his chest, and he finds Yusufov making a run, a left pitch, edge of the box. He goes down, foul is called in a dangerous area of the pitch. They have a free kick to work with here. And this could be danger for Cordoba in net. Brulinski is behind the ball. I believe that is Yusufov that is targeting this shot. Both look apt to take this. Kenny continues to set up his wall. It is Yusufov. It is straight on. And Kenny with the diving stop keeps this a scoreless game for his team. And something goes flying off. Believe that is a shin pad. Yusufov still on the ball. Will go out of bounds. Cordoba does well for a goalie that hasn't seen much action in the first half. Rose to the occasion that time around. This is Ewart. Back to Ewart it goes. Yusufov looking to take on Zane Brown one-on-one. Zane has held his ground. He goes over to Brulinski. And that ball targeting Garces gets intercepted by Sweat. Now looking for his options, chooses George Youssef. Now lovely pass over to Reynoso, who got the best of his opponent on that occasion. Gets fouled from the back. And Reynoso gets a yellow card on that occasion. A bit too much back talking, says the referee. And we'll get our first booking of the match. Sebas, that was too hard for either Chetty or Brown to get to. Instead, it'll result in a goal kick for Brooklyn. You were looking for his option, goes off of the Brown. AFC Academy's next up on the schedule this Sunday for Empire, while on Sunday, Brooklyn faces Barcelona. AFC started well this season. First place for a few weeks until they were dethroned by Braveheart. Subsequently, Renegades hold the second spot. That is, unless Empire come out with the victory, they'll take over second place with the game in hand from both Renegade and Braveheart. Ooh, rough tackle there. And a second yellow is shown here. Now it goes to Brooklyn FC for that hard tackle. That looks to be Oscar Garces, who gets the first booking from the away team. And only minutes apart, may get a little chippier as the game goes on. Player is still down on the pitch, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that is Nico. He slowly makes his way back up. Still waiting here for the play to resume. Looks like a sub is going to take place for Empire, and it is Nico Reynoso, the player who was down on the pitch, who exits. In his place comes on number 8, Steven Rojas. Like for like sub there. Player goes down for Brooklyn, no call. Garces pursuing that one versus Henderson and Sweat. Ooh, and almost a bad giveaway by Kenny there. Henderson was quick to react to that one. Instead, Empire will regain possession. And now Chetty making a run up the pitch. Getting held back, it seems like. Ref says play on. Now a ball, dangerous area of the pitch. Keeper is off his line. Chetty not able to put the finishing touches there, and it'll be an offside anyway. This game is getting increasingly, I should say, physical as the score remains 2-0. Didn't look like Chetty was getting held back in that possession. The speedy forward always using his legs to his advantage. Taneda spins around his defender, goes down, foul against. Will be a free kick for the visiting squad. Runs are being made. Sordo plays that quickly, looking for Escobar, gets intercepted right away. Now Rojas over to Rowland. And now Brulinski sees the run being made by Escobar, holds the ball instead, and Chicky is right there to meet him. gets it back for Empire. Zane Brown making a run down the right pitch. Finds Chetty outside the box. Pass gets intercepted. Now it's Rojas on the ball. DeMay, who's on a hat trick, puts a cross in. Defense to it first. It lands for Chicky. And this is Sebas over to JP. Has an assist to his name already. Gets around his defender. Can't get past Berlinski though. Berlinski now looking on a counter, gets past two. And now he finds Sordo, takes a heavy touch and loses it. Now Youssef will look to contain possession for Empire. He does. Comes over to DeMay. It'll remain Brooklyn ball. The intensity has picked up for the last 10 or so minutes of this match. It is a 2-goal lead for Empire. Not impossible for Brooklyn to respond, but they've had little to no chances for 65 minutes of this match. This one lands for Garces. And not sure if that was a handball that was called. Didn't see an offside flag raised. But now Empire get a free kick over to Brown. Brown over to no one but the opposing keeper. Opiola. Berlinski drops it down for his teammate there. And they go back to Ewert. Chetty is there, not making it easy. Empire has less than 25 minutes to go to put the finishing touches on another victory that sees them rise up to second place behind Braveheart and above Renegades, who both have 6 games played on the season. This will be number 7 for Empire. Taneda over to Sordo. Sordo loses it as well. Hasn't been very clean with his touches since coming on. It'll be a free kick middle of the field for Empire. Looks like more subs are getting ready to come on for the black and yellow. Maybe 3 at once. Those subs will take place now. Sebas Monroy, Wilbur Gomez, and Zane Brown look to be the 3 exiting the pitch. Jesper Mickelson. JP Saraguro. And another enter the pitch. I'll get confirmation when I see that number. In the meantime, here comes a corner kick for Empire. That looks like Steven Sizzo was the 3rd player that came on. There's a header. Nobody able to get a clean touch on it. And it's keep in play here from Empire. DeMay gets another corner. It is Steven Sizzo, number 21, who comes onto the pitch. DeMay was teasing playing that quickly. And it'll be Rojas instead to take this corner. Into the box it goes. JP Saraguro, defense did just enough to prevent the breakthrough from Garces. JP, an acquisition from East Coast FC, as well as Ariel Barrera, who is on the bench. Not to be confused with JP Justin Pierre. Here comes the ball looking for Chetty, who, as mentioned in the broadcast prior, has 3 straight games with the goal, looking to make it 4. So far, Brooklyn has done well to silence him, but not DeMay, who has the 2 goals in this match that has him on top. And now a cross is being put in. Trevor Henderson well positioned. It lands for Brolinski. Brolinski could take a shot here. He does, but it is off target. It'll be a goal kick and nothing more. And we have now 20 minutes left of the 90 to play, with Empire up by a score of 2-0. Stick around on Game and Frame over the weekend. We have 2 games headed your way. It is East Coast FC facing Red Hook FC, 7 p.m. on Saturday. And also on Saturday will be New York Renegades facing Kelmendi FC at 8 p.m. UPSL Premier action, just like you see here on your screen now. Second half of the season on its way. And it's time for tournament moves to be made from teams with aspirations for more. Good tackle there by Saraguro. DeMay looking at the run from Chetty, holds it a little longer. Enough for Brooklyn to get it right back. Good run there. If I'm not mistaken, that is Escobar. Oh, Kenny does well with his feet. I actually believe that was Daniel Figueroa, number 7. Looks like he has entered the pitch in the second half. DeMay is now on a hat trick, looking for Mason Chetty. 1-1 with the keeper. He takes too hard of a touch there, unfortunate. He was looking at his 6th goal in the last 4. It wasn't meant to be. Sordo, immediate pressure there from Saraguro. Does well to hold it off. Garces was coming back from an outside position, which is why he didn't play that ball. This is JP Saraguro. So now Youssef. Rojas looking to get around Tenera, but he does well to hold his ground. And now it is Opiola looking for Brolinski. This offense is run strictly through the midfielder, number 13. Goes over to George, and now it gets back to Brolinski. Takes a difficult hop. Sordo teeing it up. Saraguro right there to block that. And now there's a run being made by DeMay. It is a 2-on-1 with reinforcement coming back for Brooklyn FC. DeMay on a hat trick. Cutting inside the box. Goes over to number 20, Mickelson. Back to Rojas. And it is a comfortable save there by Perea in the end. Rowland over to Justin Sordo. This is Escobar. Sordo over to Brown. Excuse me, that is Rowland. This is Garces now. A run was made by Garces, but Brooklyn having difficulty finding the men up top in dangerous areas of the field. Kenny's big save in this match came by way of the free kick, and he does well enough on his feet to get rid of danger, but it lands for Brooklyn. Now it'll be out of bounds for Empire as more subs get ready to enter the pitch for both squads. Looks like Chetty's goal streak will come to an end. Tim DeMay picks up for him as he exits the pitch. Stephen Hollis enters in place of George Youssef, and Joseph Banfo comes on for Mason Chetty. Number 41, Andreja Stanek comes on for Brooklyn FC 2. Number 36, Ishmael Kolibali comes on as well for Brooklyn. That was well defended in that occasion. And this one lands for Berlinski, middle of the field, seeing a run being made by Figueroa. And Empire just gets rid of it, kicks it out of bounds. It'll be a Brooklyn throw-in. We'll see if any of these second half subs can spark something that has not been lit up for Brooklyn for much of this game. We have 14 minutes of the 90 left with Empire leading, courtesy of Tindamay's 2 goals by a score of 2-0. Rojas takes over, and Banfo making a run, also DeMay to his left. Banfo will be the one to receive. Banfo will cut inside the box, and it gets deflected from the defense. Looked like he had too much time there. Here's Kolibali. Oh, and this will be a corner. Strong pass by the subbed on player will result in an Empire set piece. The May on a hat trick is usually the player they target in these corner kicks. He is one of the taller players on the field. We'll see what they can come up with on this occasion. It'll be Hollis to take the corner. And there it goes, looking for DeMay. There's a header, that's off the crossbar. And the rebound, he's not able to get to it. Nicholson now keeps it alive, gets past Stanek, and he finds DeMay now. DeMay looking for an opening, chooses to go with Sisso. They will backtrack with Hollis now on the ball. Now Sisso over to Saraguro. Banfo with the back pass. Back to Banfo. I believe that was Sweat they were targeting, who stayed up for some offensive support. Brooklyn not able to get a counterattack going, but player slips down for Empire, and now they can get a chance here. Wasn't to be. Not on the same page there. Banfo instead gets it for Empire, opposing side of the pitch. Looking to take on Kolibali, but Kolibali has some speed to those legs as well. Now it's Berlinski over to Sordo. Run was almost on from George. The defense has done its job for Empire up to this point. Henderson over to Banfo, who has some room. Rojas was making a run, but Banfo not able to find him. Can Brooklyn come up with something? I've seen crazier things happen in this division as early as the second week of the season when Renegades lost to AFC Academy, the newly promoted squad. That's been the shock of the season, at least in my opinion. Looks like the referee will allow the subs to take place here. It looks to be Malcolm Sweat who's making way, giving the captain's armband to Hollis as he exits the field. Ariel Barrera will be coming on, Salvadorian center back for Empire. Player goes down holding his space there. Whatever it was, it doesn't look like it was enough to force a booking, but referee will give the player some attention. Looks like Figueroa was the one to go down. We have less than 10 minutes to go of the 90. We'll see how much is added. It is still a 2-goal lead for New York Empire, defending home turf here from the Sousa Sports Complex on Long Island. It'll be a drop ball, it looks like, for the referee to play on. And Henderson, rare miss kick from the defender there. We'll give it right back to Brooklyn. The chances for the visiting team have been few and far between. Reporting from a light chill here on Long Island as we get prepared for the fall. And that ball will land for Garces. He shoots. And he's not able to put it on target. Seemed a bit of a desperation shot as they haven't had a lot of opportunities to have a clean shot on goal. Cordova happy to see that dribble off target. With an Empire win, you'll stick around for the post-match interview coming shortly after the final whistle. More subs enter the pitch for Brooklyn FC. Number 34, Christopher Maldonado enters, as well as number 8, James Calle. DeMay plays it back to Mickelson, and now Banfo. Can he put a cross into the box? He does, and it lands all the way to Captain Hollis. Over to Saraguro. Rojas, miscue there. Brooklyn has some numbers to choose from. They go with Sebastian George, who would like to keep it in bounds, and he does. One-on-one Barrera, he puts a cross into the box, but no one is there to greet that ball. It'll dribble out of bounds for another goal kick heading Kenny Cordova's way. Big game for Empire over the weekend against AFC Academy. You will see that this Sunday, October 5th. For Brooklyn, they have a couple of games to make up versus Renegades and Braveheart. And they also face Braveheart regardless on October 18th. JP. Banfo earns it back for Empire. Rojas teasing the shot from distance, chooses to go with Joseph instead. Sisso. Back to Sisso it goes. And now to Hollis. DeMay was making the run, but Stanek, sliding challenge, avoids that from finding the forward. Still in the match, seeking his third goal. Mickelson. That looks to have gone out of bounds for a corner, and linesman agrees. It'll be a corner set piece for Empire. Last time they got really close to scoring the third. We'll see what they can come up with on this occasion. It looks like it'll be short, and it will be. A little miscommunication from Brooklyn. There's a cross into the box. It lands for Sisso. Takes it one time off of the defender's back. Saraguro dropping it down. Still up in the air. It drops to Mickelson. Now DeMay. The defense well positioned, and that occasion Sordo looking to play from the back. It'll dribble all the way over to Henderson. Saraguro over to DeMay. Now about 3 minutes to go of the 90 plus whatever is added from the main official. Empire looming closer to another victory that sees them in second place. Sordo was looking for the run of Figueroa. Colibali intercepts that time around. Figueroa over. Now Calle. Colibali puts a cross into the hands of Cordova, who chooses to go quickly over to Stephen Hollis, making his way up the pitch, sees a run by Banfo, and goalie is able to get there, Perea. And it's been a quite comfortable game for Empire start to finish. And lands for Berlinski. Sliding challenge from Sisso there. Berlinski took the brute of that tackle, and now he has the ball middle of the pitch. So over to Calle, gets a back pass. He's making his way forward. Not able to connect there with Figueroa. Here's Barrera. Over to Hollis. DeMay, back to Hollis. Intercepted by George. And now Calle. Sordo. Rojas coming back to show defensive support. Wins it back for Empire. Sordo's still down on the pitch, grabbing the back of his head. Ref was about to blow his whistle for the head injury, but Sordo is back on his feet. Brooklyn wins it back. Maldonado. Ciso drops down. Any means necessary to intercept that ball. Cordoba gets rid of it, looking for Banfo. And Alcaye. Looks like it'll be another minute of extra time. Rojas in the breakthrough has Mickelson as an option. Also DeMay. And Hollis further down the pitch. Hollis with tons of time and space to put a cross into the box. That is exactly what he does, but he's not able to connect with Banfo. It will be just a 1 minute of added time before Empire can solidify this victory. Figueroa still attacking. Brulinski making the run. Has 3 yellow jerseys around him. Somehow gets past one defender. And a sliding challenge. And off the crossbar for a corner. Brulinski almost found the opening goal that Brooklyn has been looking for all game. In the last minute of the game, they'll get a corner out of it. Final stages of the game, Brulinski will have a corner to work with for Brooklyn to get a goal back. Here comes a cross. Powerful punch by Cordova. And now the counter is on. Banfo up the pitch. Runs being made as well. Here is Tim DeMay on a hat trick. Still has tons of speed behind those legs. And Figueroa tracking back. Intercepts that ball. Nonetheless, it'll be a victory. 2-0, in fact, for New York Empire as they defend home turf and have a shutout clean sheet victory over Brooklyn FC 2. Stick around for the post-game interview coming your way in a couple of minutes on Game and Frame.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game and Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Francis Argueta here for Game and Frame with Empire after their 2-0 win at home versus Brooklyn FC 2. We have Coach Max Farrell and Tim DeMay who scored a brace to lead the way for Empire. Tim, you guys solidified this win, kept a clean sheet. What was working for the squad tonight?
I mean, honestly, we've really been coming together as a group recently. We all know how each other play now, and it's pretty easy for us to play now after these few weeks. We kind of know all the guys, and I mean, all over the field we really do a lot of great things. I couldn't pick out something from tonight because we've really been going on an upward trajectory the past couple games, so I think all around.
And you had two beautiful finishes to put your team up top. What were you seeing in both of those goals? You had one outside the box and one right inside the box to put it past the keeper.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, the first one came out of the air. Nico touched it down to me, had a little bit of space, so I took it. Luckily, it went in. And then the other one was a beautiful ball from JP over from the other side, basically a perfect cross. I think we could have put a lot more in today based on a lot of the balls, and those just came to me, and I put them away, thankfully, so it was good.
And Coach, you guys had very little shots against today. Kenny Cordova was just watching the balls get into his gloves at some points. What can you say about your defensive contribution in today's match?
Yeah, our back line all season has been pretty strong, but today they played well. A lot of chemistry we built there throughout the season. We've been rotating 4, 5, 6 guys even into that back line, but all of them train hard, work hard, and all prove they should be on the field.
And what steps could your team take against Academy facing them this weekend? Now we're in the second half of the season, time to make a push for the tournaments.
Yeah, every game's big now. We know we have to find the back of the net more still. I mean, like Tim said, we had a lot of chances tonight. We won 2-0, but I think we should have had 4 or 5 this past weekend against East Coast. Should have had a couple more, and we know in those big games we got to finish the ball.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Once again, Francis Argueta here for Game and Frame. Coach Max Farrell, Tim DeMay. Empire comes out winning at home 2-0 against Brooklyn FC 2.